Hey Shakers, and welcome to Worth Your Salt, the podcast that shakes up your marketing game in the health and wellness industry. Worth Your Salt is brought to you by Salt Marketing. Salt Marketing helps health and wellness practitioners build trust and authority to attract a steady stream of inbound wellness seekers. For more information, you can visit us online at saltmarketing.co. I'm your host, Jennifer Oraqua, marketing strategist with Salt Marketing, and your host for today's episode of Worth Your Salt. For health and wellness practitioners who are scaling, managing HR tasks can be incredibly overwhelming. From finding and hiring the right people to ensuring they stay engaged and committed, HR can be a major challenge. But here's the kicker. There's a powerful intersection between marketing and HR. Your employer brand not only attracts top talent, but can also fuel the growth of your practice. We're diving into this crucial topic with none other than Monica San Miguel, the CEO and founder of HueTrition. Monica started HueTrition to promote healthy, sustainable eating and saw success that led her to support other health and wellness businesses with innovative marketing and HR solutions. Today, Monica offers comprehensive HR consulting services tailored specifically for health and wellness businesses, and her proven strategies make it easier to manage your team by blending strategic marketing insights with effective HR practices. Welcome to Worth Your Salt, Monica. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, Monica, you've got an impressive background in the food and health industry, as well as in digital innovation. So what inspired you to start HueTrition, and how did your experiences in these fields kind of influence that decision?
Well, to be honest, I think one of the key things that really inspired me too is that at the end of the day, it all boils down to the energy piece, right? So that in order to be a great leader, you need that energy, right? Whether it's like food as fuel, looking at, your team, you need that energy in order to perform, right? Even as an athlete. So that kind of inspired me to start HueTrition.
That makes sense. And as a lifelong athlete, as you mentioned, I know you play tennis and you're very deeply committed to nutrition and wellness. What kind of personal experiences or challenges motivated you to create a platform that really combines health and technology and well-being?
I think that we all have, time as the limited resource, right? So in order, like I said, to perform, one of the things that I discovered was that you have to be very intentional and very effective. And in order to do that includes taking care of yourself personally, but also taking care of your team and your employees in order to reach the goals that you want.
That makes sense. And, anybody who's looking to grow and scale, we like to talk about the backstory. How did you get where you are? So were there any significant challenges or obstacles that you faced when you were starting HueTrition? How did you overcome those?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the challenges, as any other entrepreneur, is that you're pulled in a million directions, right? That you're having to wear a lot of hats and that you only have limited time, right? So that's when you want to really prioritize and being able to be, as I said, very intentional about where you devote your energy, where the most return is going to come from.
And I definitely want to get into all the aspects of HueTrition in a little bit, but how has your personal journey shaped the philosophy and the approach that you've taken with HueTrition?
As you mentioned, I started I was blessed to be a teenager and being an athlete and playing professional tennis and then getting a full ride at Texas A&M. And one of the things that always stuck to me is like, you have to be able to fuel your body, mind, so that you're able to really reach the goals that you want, regardless of what that is, right? At the end of the day, as a person and then as a leader.
So how does your approach differ from other nutrition-focused businesses? Why is it effective?
I believe it's effective because we're not a cookie cutter sort of offering. We really look at the individual and we take that holistic view for the long haul in a sustainability sort of framework that you're able to keep it for a long haul, right? So ideally, we want you to be able to stand on your own, right? Without our services. And that's the ultimate, right? That you're able to learn and have that platform to be able to scale up.
Very empowering, acting as the guide. I like that. So your work has been highlighted in major media outlets and you've collaborated with a lot of significant industry players. How did those experiences shape your vision for HueTrition? What kind of key goals did you set out to achieve when you started the company?
Beyond like the business side of things, I want people to eat and live with more color. I mean, that's how we started, right? And that could be so all encompassing, whether you're a business owner or whether you're at home, that really shapes the vision of HueTrition. That we want to be able to help you fuel those experiences, and that the colorful aspect of it really was not just about eating, right? Like eating is one component in your relationship with food, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more holistic. That's one of the things that I've really convince myself that the more I go, the more that I think that it's holistic. It's your mind, right? Like, how does that fuel not just your body, but your ability to perform as a high level leader or as a business owner?
So not just do these things, but really live this way. Like the whole eat with more color and that idea, that philosophy kind of permeates through everything.
Right. Exactly.
So your expertise in marketing and growing HueTrition has clearly set a high standard. So how did you decide to expand those services to include HR consulting for health and wellness businesses?
Yeah, this is very interesting, Jennifer, because I haven't been at multi-billion-dollar organizations and also worked at entrepreneurial ventures and consulting and providing services to business owners. You know that the number one resource that you have is people, right? It's your team. And so as we started offering corporate wellness programs and things like that, we realized that there was an opportunity to offer more to the businesses that we were working with, to really enable, to create that teamwork, right? Whether it's an event, but also delving into other pieces of the HR world, which, as you know, there's a lot of challenges in hiring people, staying compliant, et cetera. So we were able to bring on board a guru in HR and the team and being able to offer those services.
Interesting. Tell me a little bit about the services. What do you offer as far as HR consultancy?
We offer anything, like I said, from corporate wellness, but all the way to compliance training, all the way to resourcing. For example, if you have a position, we can help you with that. But also the other piece that I think is very important that I learned from being in larger organizations is like that decision of like, how much process do we really need to have in this organization? So we help you through that. Right? Do I need all this software? How do I implement it? Right? It's not only paying for the software and investing in it, but is the actual your team feeling good about that software and the training and the implementation and getting the returns out of it and being able to coach businesses on, hey, maybe you do need the software, but maybe you need maybe you don't. Right. And maybe you need to think about the XYZ to be able to implement it and get the results that you want.
So where do you see the integration of effective marketing strategies and strong HR practices? Like how does the marketing apply to the growth of a health and wellness business?
Yeah, I think, as you know, Jennifer, like it's the two areas in businesses sometimes that, get like scaled down in a downturn economy are marketing and HR, right? And then, but then you're left with, as a business, that you still need marketing and HR, right? So how do you make the decision to say, okay, do I need to hire a person to do my marketing or my social media, or do I need to hire a person to help me with HR issues? What we offer is being a solution where you can have that, third party kind of weighing in on that decision for you to consider, but also offering that support in an outsourced sort of manner. And this is something that I learn in bigger organizations, right? When you're saying, am I going to hire a person to do this work? And it's always about the work, going back to the capability of that person and what skill set they have, but also what work they're going to do, right? So then you make that decision. So where we come in is that we say, hey, we bring that discipline from larger organizations at a fraction of a cost to be able for you to make that decision and say, maybe I don't need to hire an extra person. Maybe I just need to do these tasks, and we help you with that.
Okay. I want to go back to what you're saying about compliance reviews and things like that, because your HR consulting offers that. How does maintaining compliance and those proper practices in HR enhance a business's ability to market itself and attract top talent?
Well, I think that it's ever changing, right? So then when there is it's not just HIPAA compliance, it's all other things, even in different businesses. And now we're delving into AI, right? Like what you need to be thinking of in your practice. So we always try to stay really current on the latest compliance to be able to bring that to our clients.
And that's no small task in HR. Things are always changing.
Correct. Right.
All right, Monica, it's time for a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, wellness practitioners, are you ready to scale your practice and deepen your connection with your audience? One of the best ways to do that is by incorporating video testimonials into your marketing. But let's be real, it can feel a little daunting, right? And that's why I've got just the thing to help you get started. We've put together a quick and easy tip sheet with everything you need to feel confident about creating video content that actually works for your practice. From location and lighting tips to how to get the best audio and video quality, spoiler alert, your iPhone is more powerful than you think, to presentation tricks that make you look like a pro on camera. Want to get your hands on these game-changing video tips? Head to saltmarketing.co/video and download the free tip sheet today. That's saltmarketing.co/video. You'll be ready to engage your audience, build trust, and grow your practice all through the power of video. You're listening to the Worth Your Salt podcast, and today we're talking with Monica San Miguel of HueTrition about how great human resources expertise can help you grow your practice. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to join us over on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and let us know how you're taking care of the people who take care of you. Monica, you've built HueTrition at the intersection of nutrition, marketing, technology, and HR. How do these elements come together to create that comprehensive support system for health and wellness businesses?
Jennifer, as I mentioned earlier, I do believe that the most powerful resource as a business owner is people, right? In order to really have a high-performing team, we take the view that you need to look at your team and say, what are their strengths, what are areas of opportunity or complementary, right? So we help with that and being able to keep your employees happy, right? If you look at it from a resource, when employees are happy or inspired, they perform better and they stay longer at your organization.
I'd love to hear some success stories, things that you've witnessed from clients who have benefited from HueTrition's integrated approach to nutrition and marketing and technology and HR.
Yeah, absolutely. So we help, different kinds of businesses. Some of them have been like in the medical practices where we come in and we do the marketing piece, whether it's content, the website, the lead generation, but also then looking at the team and how do you empower your team to really for example, there are simple things that are game changer. When you look at the analytics of how your team front desk responds to, potential patients, right, or potential clients, looking at that and saying maybe we develop better scripts. Like we look at that piece of it and saying how do we train your frontline, right, to be able to deliver more value and be more engaging to potential prospects.
And I think you're in a really good position to sort of look into the future, like look into that crystal ball. So how do you see the future of the health and wellness industry evolving? And I'm curious about what kind of role you see HueTrition playing in that evolution.
Yeah, well, we hope to continue to grow and being like an extension of your team, right, for businesses. Like we want to be able to fill in the gaps where you think, hey, I need more help here, or be a sounding board and be an extension of your team. That's really the role that we hope to play. And as you know, with technology, AI, et cetera, you always have to be continuously evolving in the business in order to stay relevant.
For health and wellness practitioners that are looking to grow, what key advice would you give regarding the importance of integrating all of these different expertises, the nutrition, the marketing strategies, and robust HR practices? I
definitely am a firm believer in looking at the return of investment. I think a lot of times marketing, even in the past, has gotten like, okay, well, we're not getting the results. I think more than ever, if you invest in marketing and people, you're able to see the returns and have those KPIs around it to say, whether it's a campaign or whether it's like you invested in training for your people or you invested in a program with us, that you're able to see the returns. We're very performance based. And I think most businesses more than ever want that. They want to see because you have limited resources, right? And it is a tough economy, that you're able to say, hey, I see the investment paying off, right? Within a shorter period of time. You can't really wait for, 12 months. You want to start seeing those results.
Right. That's that old adage about, I know half my marketing dollars are wasted. I just don't know which half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, now you can actually quantify that.
For sure. So tell me a little bit about why you love what you do. Why do you love to do this?
Jennifer, at the end of the day, I really have discovered that I love helping people, connecting with people, like-minded, and that I'm able to bring a nugget of like, like I really enjoy that, right? Something that you hadn't thought about before. to me, that drives me. Like, I want to be able to help people beyond just saying, hey, you get the business results, but really connecting with the community and being able to bring some value to them.
As we wrap up here, what sort of exciting projects or initiatives can we expect from HueTrition in the coming months?
Yeah, we're working on really revamping our lead gen sort of capability, obviously enabled by technology. So we can now offer it to businesses where they're, again, you have limited dollars and you're trying to say, hey, I want to bring more business. We will be able to offer you a whole comprehensive lead gen and conversion sort of package. And I think that's very, very powerful, right? Because there's things that you can now do with technology that were not possible before. And we're leveraging that, but also having the creative human element.
Very nice. So how can our audience stay connected with you? How can we benefit from your expertise?
You can email me at monica@HueTrition.com. You are also welcome to go to our website, HueTrition.com, and you can look on our services and just drop me a note, and I would be happy to chat.
Perfect. And of course, a link to the HueTrition website and everything we've talked about today is going to be over on our website at saltmarketing.co. Right now, though, Monica, it is time for our lightning round questions. These are a few quick questions I ask of every guest. Are you ready?
I hope so.
All right. First question is, what's something about you that often surprises people?
That I am actually very simple. I just like being in nature and, just kind of, do a hiking in the tree, like, within the trees. And, I just like to keep it simple. I like gardening, simple stuff.
That makes so much sense with the complexity of your business. That makes so much sense that you would unplug by being simple. All right. Next question. What is one thing on your bucket list that you hope to accomplish soon?
One thing on my bucket list, I would love to have a TED Talk. Something to work towards.
Very nice. All right. Next question. What is the best piece of advice that you've ever been given?
Best piece of advice is to bet on yourself. I think that, aside from all the business and KPIs, at some point you have to trust your gut. And if you feel like you should bet on yourself, then you should do that, because it is ever changing in the marketplace. And so you need to be able to bet on yourself and have that confidence.
That is very good advice. All right. Last question. Who's inspiring you right now? What podcast are you listening to, or what's the best book that you've read recently?
Well, nature is really inspiring me. I think there's a lot of wisdom there in the quietness, with yourself, but also I really love the On Purpose Jay Shetty podcast. Yes. It just calms me down, right? Like, and then you think about the guests that are coming in, and there's that little gold nugget that you're like, like maybe you knew that, but just rephrased in a different way. I find it really refreshing and relaxing.
Very nice. Such good perspective. Monica, thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of Worth Your Salt.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate it.
I also want to thank our listeners. This is your reminder that we listened back to this episode and took notes for you. So visit us at saltmarketing.co to get those. If you're ready for your Worth Your Salt debut, tell us about your expertise by emailing us at grow@saltmarketing.co. Don't forget that a new episode of Worth Your Salt drops every other week. Be sure to subscribe at saltmarketing.co/worthyoursalt so you never miss an episode. Of course, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a line by emailing us grow@saltmarketing.co. Finally, leave us a review or give the show a handful of stars wherever you get your content. That's all for this episode of Worth Your Salt. Let's get out there and shake things up.